Now we're going to have a quick chat with Tim from Dash The Henge. We've been catching up with him on a weekly basis and we're going to do so now. Tim, how are you?
I'm very good, Dexter. How are you?
I'm very good. All things considered, sometimes things are thrown, curveballs are thrown and we have to ride with the punches, don't we, in life?
Exactly. What doesn't kill us makes us stronger, though, eh?
Yeah, and you have got here today in the show, in the shop, I've already mentioned it, you've got a Live at 5 featuring a special Dash The Henge artist.
Yeah, a big one. So it's the second Live at 5 we've got featuring one of our label artists, our Dash The Henge label artists. We had Scud FM play a couple of weeks ago, which was a fantastic show. And this week we've got the one and only Brian Destiny, or Brian Dusty Knees, as he's also known.
And what was that then? Is that going to be a full band?
Yeah, so we've got a full band coming down. So the band is made up of some very talented musicians from the South London scene. We've got Adam Brennan, who plays bass in the band, who also plays bass in Fat White Family. We've got Dante Trainer, who plays in Sweat. And we've got Fells on drums, who plays in about 28 different bands on the South London scene. He's the busiest man in the South London scene by far.
How are you finding it then, the in-stores? I mean, because this is all new to you, isn't it? Everyone but here at Dash The Henge, this sort of record shop life
absolutely.
is a new venture.
Yeah, totally. The Live at 5 thing really is the sort of the well, apart from your show, of course, Dexter, is the crown jewel of the week. Really, it just works really nicely. We have it at 5. We've got it locked in at 5 p.m. We've tried different times, but the 5 p.m. slot really works well.
Just for the fact that it rhymes.
Well, Live at 5, it was called the Saturday Matinee, but then everyone pointed out that it's not in the morning, so we had to change it. Live at 5, I'm all right with it. Sounds a little bit like a news broadcast to me, but there you go.
And in fact, it will be.
Yeah, exactly. But no, it works well because now we've got it baked in. People know that they can wander down at 5 p.m. and they'll always see some live music in store. As you know, we've got a great array of different types of artists, so you never know quite what you're going to get. And it could be anything from singer-songwriters to hip-hop to full bands like we're going to have today. And as you know, we've had some big bands grace this small stage, and you can get a lot of people in this small space.
Yeah, I mean, you've only been here a matter of weeks, really, but you've already had the likes of Warm Doucher and Meat Raffle. Meat Raffle, actually, you've got a busy day, haven't you, Dash The Henge?
Yeah, so we've got...
The umbrella.
We've got, it's kind of not directly related to Dash The Henge, but another band that we all work with, Chris O.C., who runs the store with me here, plays keys for Meat Raffle. And we've got a show, an independent venue week show at Amp Studio down in Old Kent Road later today, with some fantastic artists sharing the bill, including Colossus Band.
Colossus, who've been on the show, and John from Colossus, camera extraordinaire, is here now, actually, documenting the moment, thankfully.
Exactly.
It does look like a great night. Is this a Patrick Lyons?
It is indeed.
You.
The legend that is Patrick Lyons, PH7 in the neutral zone. So Pat's put on the night. We've got Meat Raffle, Colossus, Red Peril, another band associated to the shop, Dexter, who does sound for us when Sam's not around. It's his band with Steph from Madonnatron. We've got a band called Bad Shout. And a band called Furrowed Brow, I believe. I think that's it. And of course, Me,
action-packed evening.
Yeah, which is
and have you been to AMP?
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, I was going to say, I haven't been, but I've heard a lot of good things about it.
Yeah, I was telling Lilith earlier, actually, it's one of those positive stories that came out of lockdown. It was a space that the organisation Maverick Projects, that's sort of run by Dido, and Tim, Flameproof Moth, that I think you know.
Yep.
And I think they've converted the space to be a wedding venue, so it's really, really high spec. But obviously with lockdown, no one was getting married. So with the sort of the ease in lockdown, they started having live events, just seated events. You remember that weird period where you had to sit down because COVID couldn't move around when you sat down. So they started doing live events there, but it went really well. So they've continued, and they've spent a lot of money. I think they might have got a grant from the Music Venue Trust, and they've invested in the sound and the vision in there. And it really is. It's a great spot. I was down there Thursday night for Dan Lyons and the Tenants, and yeah, it's a great show. So
tonight's show, I've seen online that it's sold out, but I've heard word also that there are a handful of tickets for walk-ups on the door.
Absolutely, we're really pleased to have sold that one out because obviously it's been a crazy week with independent venue week, so everybody's been out gigging every night, so you never know if people are going to be worn out by Saturday. But we have sold out, so that's good. But yeah, there are going to be a limited number of tickets on the door.
Anything else on the horizon, Dash The Henge?
Yeah, plenty. We have what we've got going on. We've got a spoken word starting next Wednesday. I think that's Wednesday the 15th. And that's going to be curated by Vida Adamczewski. So that's going to be our first of our spoken word nights on a Wednesday evening. That's going to be a regular slot. We've got another radio broadcast this coming Wednesday. Soho Radio guys are coming in for the day, so we're going to be broadcasting live from the store again. Can't actually remember who we've got
It's
coming
all
up
happening.
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
Taxing those grey cells after a night at the Ferrers.
Exactly that. You know that, Dexter.
Well, look, Tim, thanks so much for talking to us. And we've
Pleasure.
got a Dash The Henge, and we're revisiting an artist we've already played a few weeks ago, and we've talked about him already. Do you want to introduce?
Yeah, absolutely. So this is a track from Brian Destiny, who's playing in-store at 5 p.m. This is off his first EP, which is available on Dash The Henge Records right now, the Brian's Got Talent EP, and this is Feed the Horse.
No, it's Never Again.
Never again.